Hey guys, it's Adam from Loose Pixel. A couple of years ago, I read a letter that I had received to you from a young Russian artist who was writing me at the time where the whole conflict between Russia and Ukraine had started, which has now been going on for many years. And what she expressed during that time as an artist, as somebody who had hopes and dreams, was, first of all, how appalled she was by the war that was going on, and how afraid she was of what would happen. In fact, I don't know what has happened to her. Hopefully she's still safe. If you're reading this, the young woman who wrote me that letter originally, you know who you are. Just let us know below if you're still okay, because we're thinking about you. Yesterday, I received a new letter that is equally impactful and equally moving from an artist based in Iran, who, as you know, is now involved in a war between Iran and Israel. And I want to share it with you as well, because what this does, what these letters do for me, hopefully what I can extend to you by amplifying this artist's voice, and this artist's message, is to remind you of who we are as artists and what our role is, what our purpose is. A purpose that we might take for granted in the moment during our time as artists. But as we get older and as we get a chance to witness more and more history, as I'm starting to witness now in my life that I'm turning 50 this year, that what our real deliberate, intentional or unintentional role is in society is to immortalize our time on this planet and immortalize the things that matter, whether it be through our anime, be it through our political illustrations, be it through our concept art that we do for films or games, or just through the artwork, the fine artwork that we produce. It humanizes us. It bonds us together and reminds you that we aren't a different people. That if you take a global perspective, if you were to be an astronaut in space and you look at the Earth without borders, you realize that we're just a bunch of living beings on this big blue ball. So let me read this to you from an artist from Iran. Hello, Adam. I'm a 24-year-old artist from Iran. And as you might know, there's a war going on right now. I really don't know how to write a proper letter or describe the situation we're in, but to put it simply, it's hell. My friends, my family, and I are doing our best to support one another and stay positive. But, to be honest with you, we've all lost hope. Throughout my life, I didn't know I was an artist, but in 2021, YouTube randomly recommended one of your videos, and it changed everything. It helped me find my passion for art and pulled me out of dark places many, many times since then. I still don't know how the algorithm got it right for once, but I'm so glad it did. Me too. I don't know what the future holds, as my cat comes to join us. I don't know what the future holds because, to be honest, I don't think we have one. It's not just about sanctions or job opportunities anymore. It's about our lives. A little intermission. You gonna come join us? Gimli, your timing is impeccable. As someone who lived with undiagnosed autism for years, life was already difficult. Then came AI taking over our creative fields, and that felt like another hit. But now, as of June 16th, all of those past struggles feel like a single drop in the ocean. This wasn't our war, but the disaster came anyway, as it always seems to. I don't expect to receive a reply. I understand how full your days must be, but I felt for a long time that I owe you a thank you. And given everything, I figured now is the right time to send one. That one hits home. Thank you for caring about the well-being, future, and integrity of people like me, even without knowing us personally. And please give Gimli some love for me. I'll definitely do that. I'm sure he won't mind the extra affection. No, he doesn't. In fact, he's a bit of a glutton for affection. With deep gratitude, Amir. Okay. First of all, the fact that you said, now's a better time than ever to send you this message. That Amir felt compelled to write me now because of the, quite literal, unpredictability of his well-being and the well-being of his family, his life. And what this message is doing for me right now, and what that other message from that other young artist from Russia, who is living that same sudden reality that a lot of people who live in countries that haven't been affected by war and conflict the same way Iran and Russia have been and are, is that it's very easy to take for granted the things that truly do matter in life, like the relationships and the bonds and the trust and the faith that we put in other people, the dependencies we have on our fellow humankind, our safety and our health. These are things that we can very easily take for granted until they become threatened. Like right now, what's happening with Trump and the tariffs against Canada. At the time of this recording, it's they're hosting the first day of the G7, Monday where we're hosting the G7 in Alberta, that we don't realize or give much thought to our economy or our political relationships with other countries until they are threatened. And we can very easily get caught up in the day-to-day drama of what did Trump say and what did this politician say and what did this person say to that person. This TikToker gave out medical advice that was particularly harmful, and Gwyneth Paltrow this and that. We get caught up in those things until reality hits home that there's nothing in the world that's more important than our life. That is the most important thing to all humankind is humanity itself and the preservation of it. And Amir is facing that existential fear right now as we speak. As a member of this planet, as a fellow human living in exactly the same place as Amir is right now on Earth. Not in Canada, but on Earth. And for all of us listening, I think Amir's message and that Russian artist's message who had reached out to me is reminding us to do is not to allow other people to dictate the quality of life to us. Because when we do, when we allow our political standings, whatever our political leaders are saying and how they're bashing the other person, what we're talking about here is a fellow artist who doesn't give a rat's ass about guns and bombs and all of that. Just like the rest of us, is just trying to gain the skill to be able to express themselves artistically. One of the most valuable and humanitarian and humble and beautiful desires and pursuits in one's life. Wouldn't you agree? Amir is not an Iranian. Amir is an artist and a person with compassion and feeling, just like many Israeli artists out there that are probably equally appalled by what's happening on either side. Because I speak to Israeli artists all the time. There's nothing inherently wrong with being a Canadian or an African or an Israeli or an Iranian or a Russian. We're all just people. And deep down inside, the gross majority of us have hearts of gold. And today I want to celebrate Amir's beautiful heart for being somebody who felt so compelled to reach out to me at a time of such desperation and uncertainty for his very life, wanted to thank a fellow artist for helping him through some tough times. That's an honor. And I can't even begin to express my gratitude for how valuable and how impactful and how moving a gift like that is. That when Amir is being faced with the possibility of losing seemingly everything, that he just wanted to reach out to somebody who made him feel good. That in and of itself expresses the value of humanity, and it expresses the value of all of the kind things that you do as a fellow person, as a fellow artist, and the things that you share, and the quality of your interaction with every single person you meet. Because as Amir is expressing, there might not be a tomorrow. There might not be a tomorrow. Today might be the last one for so many of us that have to live through these things. So the reason I decided to share that original letter from that young artist from Russia, and why I'm sharing Amir's letter with you as well, is for us to remind us to celebrate humanity, to protect humanity, not to listen to fucking politicians with financial agendas or political agendas, but to listen to the people like Amir. To listen to the people, the real people who stand for humanity, that stand for peace and love and fairness and kindness and compassion. Amir could have been writing from absolutely anywhere. Anywhere. These are what Amir has shared is an incredibly human story that every human being, every artist on the planet can relate to. There are no borders to kindness. There are no borders to beautiful souls like Amir's. So to you, Amir, and to your family, and to your friends, and to your loved ones, and to anybody on either side of this war afraid, we are all, as a community, looking out for you. We're wishing for you. I want you to know that I support all of you. I support anybody who stands on the side of humanity, who stands on the side of kindness. I have zero political opinions in this. I have zero political standings in this. I care for people, and I care for Amir. And I care for all of you listening right now. And this is why I always end my videos by telling you how much I love you. And that you know that that love is very, very sincere. It's very genuine. Because I know your quality. And you deserve the best. Okay? Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.